They say the earth has a heartbeat. Down here, deep in the black veins of the world, you can hear it. Thump, thump. Or maybe that's just my own fear pounding in my ears. It is 1920. The supports have snapped. The tunnel has collapsed. I am Elias, and I am buried under a mountain of stone. The air is getting thin. The light is fading, and I am all alone. October 12th, 1920, 10 a.m. It happened so fast. One moment, the rhythmic clink-clank of pickaxes against coal. The next, a roar like a dragon waking up. Loud rumbling, crashing rocks. The ground jumped beneath my boots. Then the ceiling came down. Now, silence. I am lying on my stomach. The air is thick with coal dust. It tastes like copper and soot. Coughing, heavy wheezing. I tried to move my legs. They are heavy, but not pinned. Thank God. I spat out the grit from my mouth. "Hello?" I called out. "Jack? Thomas?" Silence. My voice didn't echo. The space is too small now. The darkness is absolute. It presses against my eyes like a heavy cloth. 10:15 a.m. I need light. I fumbled for my helmet. It was knocked off in the fall. I crawled blindly on the jagged rocks. Scrape of clothes on stone. My hand brushed against something metal. My carbide lamp. I grabbed it. My hands are shaking violently. I turned the water valve to let it drip onto the carbide rocks inside. Drip. Hiss. I struck the flint wheel. Click. Click. Spark. A flame popped into existence. A small, jagged tongue of yellow fire. It revealed my prison. A small pocket of air, maybe 10 feet long, blocked at both ends by massive piles of slate and timber. 10:30 a.m. I sat up, leaning my back against a wooden support beam that was miraculously still standing. Creak of wood. I looked around. My lunch pail is half buried. My pickaxe is snapped in two. And there, in the corner, a small cage. The canary. I crawled over to it. The cage is bent, but the bird is inside. It is lying on the bottom, panting. Soft chirping. "You made it too, huh, little one?" I whispered. I poked a finger through the bars. The bird fluttered its yellow wings weakly. As long as he breathes, I breathe. 10:45 a.m. I stood up, hitting my head on the low ceiling. Thump. Damn it. I moved to the wall of debris blocking the exit. Huge slabs of gray rock. I pushed against the biggest one. Grunt. Strain. It didn't budge. It weighs tons. I put my ear to the rocks, listening for any sound from the other side. A shout? A rescue whistle? Drip, drip, drip. Just the sound of water leaking from the ceiling. The mine is weeping. I sank back down to the floor. The realization hit me like a physical blow. No one is coming. Not yet. Maybe not ever. October 12th, 1920, 11 a.m. I cannot just sit here and wait to die. I have to do something. I grabbed the handle of my broken pickaxe. It is short, splintered wood, but it is all I have. I crawled to the blockage again. "Come on, Elias," I grunted. "Dig yourself out." I jammed the wood into a crack between two boulders. Grinding sound of wood on stone. I pulled with all my might. Strain. Groan. The rock shifted an inch. Dust poured down from the ceiling. Coughing fit. 11:30 a.m. I have been digging for 30 minutes. It feels like 30 years. The air is getting hotter. Sweat is stinging my eyes, mixing with the coal dust to form a black paste on my face. Heavy, ragged breathing. I managed to pull out a few smaller rocks. Clatter. Thud. I threw them behind me, but for every rock I removed, two more seemed to slide down to take its place. It is like fighting a mountain. "Damn you!" I screamed, striking the wall with my bare fist. Thud. Pain shot up my arm. My knuckles are raw and bleeding. I looked at my hands in the dim yellow light of the lamp. They are torn, covered in black grime and red blood. Drip of blood on stone. I ripped a strip of fabric from my shirt. Ripping sound. I wrapped it around my hand. The tightness felt good. It made me feel like a fighter again. 12:45 p.m. I sat back against the beam to rest. My chest is heaving. Wheezing inhale, exhale. I looked at the lamp. The flame is burning steady, but the water in the reservoir is dripping fast. Drip, hiss. If the light goes out, the terror comes in. I turned the valve down slightly. The flame shrank. The shadows in the corners grew longer, reaching for me. 1 p.m. I looked at the canary cage. The bird is sitting on the bottom perch, head tucked under its wing. "Hey!" I tapped the bars gently. Tink, tink. "Don't you go to sleep on me now." The bird didn't move. My heart skipped a beat. Is the air bad already? Is it the gas? Methane? Carbon monoxide? The silent killers. I put my face close to the cage. I saw the tiny rise and fall of its yellow feathers. It is sleeping. Just sleeping. I let out a breath I was holding. "Okay," I whispered. "We're okay." October 12th, 1920, 2 p.m. My stomach growled, a loud, angry sound in the silence. Stomach rumbling. I pulled my battered tin lunch pail from under the rubble. The lid is dented, but it opened. Squeak of rusty metal. Inside, there is a thick slice of bread wrapped in a cloth and a small apple. Mary packed this. My Mary. I can almost smell her soap on the cloth. I took the bread. It is squashed flat. I took a bite. Chewing sound. It tastes like yeast and coal dust. Always the dust. It crunches between my teeth like sand. Crunch. Swallow. 2:30 p.m. As I ate, I closed my eyes. I drifted away from this cold, dark hole. I went back to the kitchen. Sunlight streaming through the curtains. Mary standing by the stove, humming a tune. "Don't be late tonight, Eli," she had said this morning. She kissed my cheek. I was in a rush. I didn't kiss her back. I just grabbed the pail and walked out the door. I stopped chewing. The bread turned to ash in my mouth. Choking sob. "I didn't kiss her back," I whispered to the darkness. Tears welled up in my eyes, hot and stinging. I didn't say goodbye. 3:15 p.m. I finished the bread. I wiped the crumbs from my beard. I picked up my metal canteen. I shook it. Slosh. Half full. Or half empty. I unscrewed the cap. Screech of metal cap. My throat is parched, burning like fire. I want to gulp it all down, to drown the taste of the coal. But I can't. I took one small sip. Just one. Gulp. The water is warm and tastes metallic, but it is precious. I screwed the cap back on tight. Save it, I told myself. You don't know how long you'll be here. 4 p.m. I looked at the apple. It is small and bruised. I placed it near the canary's cage. "That's for later, little friend," I said. The silence is heavier now. The digging has stopped. The eating has stopped. Now there is nothing to distract me. Drip, drip, drip. The water from the ceiling is keeping time. I started to tap my ring against the canteen. Tink, tink, tink. SOS. 3 taps. Pause. 3 taps. Is anyone listening? Or am I just tapping a rhythm for my own funeral? October 12th, 1920. 6 p.m. The air is changing. It feels heavy like syrup. Every breath is a struggle. Deep, gasping inhale, long exhale. My head is pounding. It feels like an iron band is being tightened around my skull. High-pitched, ringing sound. Tinnitus. I lean my head back against the jagged rock wall. I feel dizzy, like I've had too much whiskey. But there is no whiskey here. Just the black dust and the waiting. 7:30 p.m. The lamp is flickering. Flicker. Hiss. Flicker. I stared at it. The flame is dancing strangely. It's not just yellow anymore. It's turning blue. Don't you die on me, I growled at the lamp. I shook it. Slosh. The water has almost gone. If the light goes, the darkness wins. The darkness has teeth. I can feel it watching me from the corners. 8:45 p.m. Do you hear that? Clink, clank, clink, clank. It sounded like pickaxes, but not from above, from inside the wall. I sat up straight. "Hello?" I shouted. "Is someone there?" Silence. Then I heard it again, a low whistling tune, whistling Danny Boy, echoey and distant. "Thomas?" I called out. "Jack? Is that you boys?" No answer, just the tune drifting through the solid rock. I know that tune. Jack used to whistle it on the morning shift. But Jack was crushed in the first collapse. I saw him fall. 9:30 p.m. My eyes are playing tricks on me. The shadows are moving. They're taking shapes. I saw a figure standing near the pile of rubble. A man in old, dusty clothes. He is holding a lantern. "Da!" I whispered. My voice is thick and slurred. "Da! Is that you?" My father died in the mines 10 years ago, but he is standing there. He looks young again. He is smiling at me. "You're doing a good job, son." I heard his voice in my head. "Just rest now. It's time to put the tools down." I reached out my hand to touch him. My fingers brushed against the cold air. Whoosh! He vanished like smoke. I'm crying again, but I don't know why. I feel strangely happy, euphoric. The oxygen is leaving my brain. 10 o'clock. I looked at the cage. The canary is on its back, feet in the air. Thump. "No!" I scrambled over to the cage. "No! No! No!" I shook the cage. "Wake up! Wake up, you stupid bird!" It didn't move. The bird is gone. The sensor has failed. That means the poison is here. Carbon monoxide. The silent killer. It has come for me. I slumped back against the wall. The fear is gone now. I am just so tired. October 12th, 1920, 10:15 p.m. The inevitable happened. The carbide lamp gave a final, desperate hiss. Sputter. Pop. The yellow flame shrank to a dot, blinked once, and vanished. Darkness. Absolute, heavy darkness. It rushed in instantly, filling my eyes, my mouth, my lungs. I waved my hand in front of my face. Nothing. I am a ghost in my own tomb. "It's okay," I whispered into the void. My voice sounded flat and dead. "I don't need to see anymore." 10:30 p.m. I fumbled for my lunch pail in the dark. Clatter of tin. I found a loose nail on the floor. I need to leave something, a mark. I started to scratch letters onto the metal surface of the pail. Scritch, scratch, scritch. I can't see what I'm writing, but I know the words. Love-Mary. Scritch, scratch. Dontcry. The screeching sound of the nail on tin is loud in the silence. It is my final testament. I dropped the nail. Clink. It is done. 10:45 p.m. I lay down on the cold stone floor. It doesn't feel cold anymore. It feels soft. My body is heavy, sinking into the earth. The panic is gone. The hunger is gone. There is only a strange, fuzzy warmth spreading through my chest. The poison is working. It is a gentle killer, they said, like falling asleep after a long shift. Slow, shallow breathing. My eyelids are so heavy, I can't keep them open even though there is nothing to see. 11 p.m. I see a light. Not the lamp, a different light. It is opening up in front of me. It looks like a door. The kitchen door. "Mary?" I called out. She is standing there. She is wearing her blue dress. The sun is shining behind her, bright and warm. She is holding out her hand. "You're late, Eli," she says, smiling. Her voice is like music. "I know," I replied. "I got stuck, but I'm coming home now." I reached out my hand. I felt her warmth. 11:15 p.m. My heart is slowing down. Thump, thump, thump. The air is sweet. The darkness is gone. "I'm coming home," I breathed. I closed my eyes for the last time. The rock walls faded away. The weight of the mountain lifted off my shoulders. I am free. Exhale. Silence. Absolute silence. Just the faint sound of a water drop in the distance. Drip. Outro. Fading echo. The mine holds its secrets deep in the dark. The rescuer's lamp will find him 3 days later, curled up as if asleep, a scratched tin pail by his side. But Elias is not there. He clocked out long ago. He walked into the light, leaving the darkness behind forever. Rest in peace, miner. Your shift is over.